What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Ready a Resource. This is episode 1. Today we're going to be talking about all of the Set 2 spoilers that have been coming out. There's been a lot coming out the past few weeks, so we have a lot to, we got a lot to look through. So let's get it started. Noah, you want to go to the next page?
All right. So lead us off, Donovan. I know that you were excited about the blue.
Yeah, so we'll start off with the blue. So let's see. We got Hylobin? Hylobon? I'm gonna call this card Daft Punk.
Yeah, I like it.
Fair.
It's easy. So Daft Punk.
Also, these are pretty much first impressions for me. I've seen some of these online, but I haven't actually given them a deep dive. I don't have any analysis to give on these, so this is kind of like a first look. So Donovan, you can walk us through them if you've seen them. And also, I'm not 100% on how the bounty and what's the other one, capture?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you guys know exactly how that works? And if people don't know, you can explain.
Yeah. Well, bounty's on this card, right? So it explains when this unit's defeated or captured, your opponent collects its bounty. So I guess it's a new mechanic to kind of stall your opponent, make them kind of want to, for this card example, do I want to get this thing off the board and draw a card? I kind of see it as like a distraction in a sense. There's also cards out there that have you give your opponent's units bounties, so you can collect those. Another video we'll go over all the leaders, but Bosk, for example, you collect a bounty and it happens twice. That's pretty good. But yeah, we'll get to leaders in another video. Yeah, there's bounty, capture, which is like this says, when it's defeated or captured. A captured unit is when you take an opponent's card and you put it face down underneath your unit that captured that unit. And
if that unit is to be defeated, they get their captured card back.
Yep. So just
do we know if it entered ready or does it enter exhausted?
That's a good question. I want to say it enters ready, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, we should look into that.
So for this first card, it has bounty. So if I play the card and you were to defeat it, you would draw the card?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's kind of not a good thing to have. Like, you get an upside, but the potential for your opponent to get the bounty.
Yeah, correct. I guess it's good and bad, because when they started rolling this stuff out, at first I'm like, I don't see the potential here. But then they started showing cards that are like, upgrades that are bounties that you put on other units, like your opponent's stuff. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
This card,
it kind of reminds me of Scout Bike Pursuer. It's just like
that's why I kind of like it. It's a 1-drop. It's a 1/4. It also has grit. You know what I mean? So in that Krennic deck that we were talking about last episode, it seems like it could be good there. I know it does draw a card. That's kind of the worst thing that you want for him, but dropping 2 of these on turn 1, you'd probably be pretty happy with that. Or like GI, maybe GI gets some love with this card as well, being able to make like guys early that can hit big.
Yep.
And maybe like outrace the draw a little bit. But I don't know. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I could see it. I think some of the Krennic decks have been steering away from the Scout Bike, but again, there's so many different builds of Krennic. It's hard to see where this finds a home.
Yeah.
Second card we got is 2 blue and a black, Dr. Pershing. 0/5 action, tap, deal 1 damage to a friendly unit, draw a card. I love this card. I think this card is sick.
Yeah.
I think this card is good, yeah.
Yeah. Turn 1 comes out, but turn 2, notably it pings itself. So, I mean, you can just ping yourself every single round, draw a card for free.
Pings itself, pings things with grit. Again, has that little bit of synergy with Krennic if you wanted to play it there and you're drawing cards with it.
Exactly.
Yep.
You can get your Krennic off you can get it online immediately. just tap this, you get to draw a card, and you get to ping one of your units. It's pretty good.
And just being the O5, like if you want to deal with it, you kind of have to soak a lot of damage into it.
Yeah.
So kind of a wall for the aggro decks to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Or just let them draw a bunch of cards, which you also don't want to do. So
yeah, I like.
I almost wonder about the card. Oh, I guess Chewbacca's a hero, but that's immediately where my thought goes because he gives it Sentinel.
Sure.
When you play it, but yeah.
He is in the starter deck, I think. This card.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Pike Sentinel, 2/3 Sentinel. Nothing much to say about this guy.
Yep.
Pretty vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice little turn 1 play.
Yeah, I could definitely see this in some decks for sure.
Alright, so we can take turns on slides if you guys want for reading.
Yeah, sure. So the client is a 3-drop 2/5 Imperial Official. Okay, comes in shielded. Action, choose a unit. For this phase, it gains bounty, heal 5 from a base. Ooh, I kind of like that. 3-drop 2.
Yeah, I could see this in the Palp blue deck, right?
Yeah.
It's an Imperial
100%.
too.
Yeah.
Or the what's the other Sentinel Imperial card if you control an Imperial?
The Royal Guard.
Royal Guard.
Mhm.
But I guess that gets it anyway just from having Palp, but
So it actually
Like
gets
a good idea.
it gets the Sentinel if it's an official,
mhm.
which this is. But yeah, really, really cool. I like how, I mean, you can just do this real fast on a unit you know is going to get removed this turn.
Mm-hmm.
Easy 5 damage. I mean, 5 damage, that's crazy. For a 3-drop. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, it might be time to put away the aggro for a little bit if people are going to be running this card a lot.
Yeah, the only thing that makes me worry about it is it is 3 cost for something that doesn't immediately impact the board.
Sure.
The shielded is good.
Cost,
Or you'll probably get 2 on tap with it,
Mhm.
but like it's not replacing something like make an opening, right? Like there's other 3 drops that do things that impact the board. I think it'll probably definitely see play, but
Yeah.
again, it'll be interesting to see where it slots into.
No, for sure. And then next we have the First Light. So this is a 7-drop. Another villain card. It's a 4/7 with grit. Each other friendly non-leader unit gains grit. Okay, and that's got smuggle for 9. So
Yeah,
deal
so
4 damage to a friendly unit. Okay.
yeah, so Connor, this is the other new mechanic, smuggle. So
Mhm.
essentially, what this is if you have a this as a resource, you could pay its smuggling cost to play it. This one is it's got the deal 4 damage, so that's the extra part of it. But the other smuggle costs that I see are usually like 2 extra, and then the aspect colors. But this one has that deal 4 damage on it.
Is that 7? A little
Yep.
hard to see.
Yep,
7,
7 blue and
Yep.
black.
Yeah, what do we think about this?
I think because I don't know, 4/7. That's a pretty good stat line. The downside of the smuggle is definitely there, but you can also just play this as a 7-drop itself.
Mm-hmm.
And like the top end of your grit deck if you need to like push through, or maybe a sideboard or something like that if you're going to go a little bit slower. So that's kind of where I see this. I don't know, but I'm kind of curious about it.
Yeah,
Looks cool. I always like grit.
Blue. The blue decks seem like they're kind of leaning into the grit a little more.
Yeah.
This stuff.
Yeah. It's got a big
and
butt.
then next, it does have a big butt. Next we have Calculated Lethality. So this is a 4-drop event, and it is defeat a non-leader unit that costs 3 or less for each other upgrade that was on that unit. Give an experience token to a friendly unit. So it's pretty good. I mean, non-leader always hurts on your removal spells, but
I'm just noticing, it doesn't say event on it. Don't they normally say event and then tactics?
It's at the top.
Oh, it's at the very
it's
top.
at the top. Yeah.
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 Because there's tactic, plan.
Hmm.
I feel like we haven't really seen them do
Those
much
are like
with those.
sub classes, yeah.
Yeah, there's not many keywords with them. I know Java finds tricks.
Hmm. Yep.
I haven't seen too much more from that. Defeat a non-leader unit that costs 3 or less. For each upgrade that was on it. Yeah, there's also a lot of upgrades in this set, right?
Oh yeah.
Becoming more of a thing.
I mean, even
Yeah.
Luke with shields. It's pretty good.
This could definitely be good value card. I see it being a little more situational.
Hmm.
You know, like if you know you're playing against a deck that has a lot of upgrades in it, it could go on your sideboard. I don't know. This one's kind of hard to evaluate for me.
Notably, it will be in the starter decks.
Yeah, I noticed that in the bottom.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, pretty straightforward. Be interesting.
We got some heroes here.
Some hero, yep.
Okay.
All right, so first we have a 2-cost blue and hero Clan Ren Rescuer. This is a Mandalorian, which I know is a big keyword in this set. The 1/2, when played, give an experience token to a unit. I definitely see this seeing play.
Easy.
Yeah, and notably, it is able to give it to itself. It just says to a unit,
Oh, yeah.
doesn't say another friendly unit.
Mm-hmm.
So late game, or if you get board wiped or whatever, you know, it could just be a nice little 2/3 for 2. So not bad there. Then we have Donovan. Is this a character you know of?
Queel.
Wheel, nice, unique. I like the artwork on this card. This is really cool.
He's a very cool character.
Yeah.
The animal, I can't remember the name of them, but him and Mando ride these along like this sand or this desert planet. It's really cool.
But yeah, it's a 2/3 with restore 1, and then on attack you can discard a card from your deck. If it shares an aspect with your base, return it to your hand. So I guess if you're playing a blue base with this, or if you're playing a red base with this, or whatever the case may be, if it shares the aspect, you get to return that card to your hand. That definitely could be a lot of value. I don't know. I see this being kind of good, right?
Especially in
Feels-
mono
Yeah.
colors.
Yeah.
Mono decks, it's a card draw every time.
Yep. I mean,
Yeah,
also, it's the early drops tend to be like the ones that'll shine, I feel, at the beginning, because like you'll just see a lot of them very often. You know, if you're playing against like a different range of like the newer decks that'll be rotating in. So
Yeah, definitely some pseudo card draw here every turn.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's nice. And then we have a Village Protectors. It's a 3 resource cost, blue and hero 2/2 with Sentinel and Shielded. This has the potential to just soak up 2 attacks really nicely.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
Yeah, this is good. Shields are always good.
Mhm.
Doesn't line up great against a lot of the blue removal. You know, take down, make an opening, things like that. We'll just take it right out. But playing against aggressive decks, you'll definitely get some time with this card.
This would hurt with the Traitorous.
Yeah,
That
the
would
Traitor.
suck.
Yeah, gets waylaid pretty easily. So, but then if you're giving it upgrades and things like that, it definitely has some potential there. But nothing crazy here.
Alright, so starting off here, we got the Razor Crest. Again, this one's in the starter deck for Mando. It's a 4-cost blue hero, 3/4. It's got Restore 2, and when you play it, you can return an upgrade from your discard pile to your hand. Noticing the Grave Recursion, it's there's a good amount of cards doing that this set, which I really like. This guy's cool. He's I mean, Restore 2 for 4-drop. It's really good.
And it's a 3/4, which I think is really big in space because a lot of the things match up in the early game are just like 3, you know, toughness or 3 health. So
yeah. It survives. What's that? Red villain card. deal 3 damage when it comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
Survives
Oh.
that.
Interceptor?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's also Mandalorian, which is notable.
Yep.
Also seems like the hero decks are getting some love, and
Oh yeah.
like their ability to grind.
Yeah.
Like
for
it's
sure.
definitely seems like it's a much grindier set. So
Yeah, these are all gonna be a Mando deck. I mean, obviously there's the starter one, but I think building from that, it's gonna be so cool. Got the Armorer. It's a 5-drop blue hero for 3/5. And when this is played, give a shield token to each of up to 3 Mandalorian units.
first impressions on this card, I don't know how good this is. This to me, and I could be completely wrong, but that's kind of what we're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is very good. 5 costs for 3/5. And you have to, in order to get full value, you need to have 3 other Mandalorian units, which means they're out, they've been attacking, they've probably been trading.
You don't
I don't know.
have to,
It could be
but
good in certain
yes.
situations. Yeah. I mean, it shields itself, which is nice.
Yep.
I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems okay. It seems okay.
What's throwing you off?
I don't know, just that it's a 5 cost for an ability that just it doesn't pump, it doesn't bounce, it just gives some shields, and you need to have the other units out to get it there. So, you know, if you're playing against blue decks or Fleet Lieutenant decks that are trading with your units early, by the time you get to 5, you may not have many units to give shields to.
I mean,
She will always give it to herself at least, which is nice.
right, so you
Yep,
only need
yeah.
like 2 on the board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Seems okay. I'm so willing to be wrong about that, and I hope I am.
Alright, next one we got is Rose Tico, 4-drop blue hero, 2/6. Comes in shielded, and then on attack, you may defeat a shield token on a friendly unit. If you do, give 2 experience tokens to that unit.
So a little bit of synergy with the other card.
It's a little weird.
Little niche.
Mm-hmm. I don't really know how to. I mean, I think it's cool. Can't really think of a time when I would want to get rid of a shield token for experience counters. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of reasons to do it.
And you have to have the shields on your friendly units for it to do anything on attack.
Yep.
And then like the armor, you notice, is more expensive than this card. So you want to play this before the armor.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
2/6 though, not bad. Little.
Yeah,
maybe,
big butt.
Yeah. All right, so we have the Gentle Giant.
Ooh.
So this is another hero.
Cool art.
Dude, it's Connor.
Yeah, very cool.
And
for
that's me.
6, it's a 2/8 that's got grit, and on attack you may heal damage from another unit equal to the damage on this unit. Oh, I like this.
You may heal damage for another unit equal to the damage on this unit. And then we saw some other grit cards earlier that did some stuff, right?
Yes, but they were in villain.
They were in villain? Okay.
Yeah. So, but this is cool. I mean, this is giving the Chewie deck some love, for sure.
I want the Chewie deck to be good so badly.
Me too.
Maybe this is what it needs.
I mean,
yeah.
Use Chewie's ability, play it, give it Sentinel. You're just getting another Chewbacca unit out of it.
Yep.
How much does the other Chewbacca unit cost? Is it 5? 4? 5? Nice. Yeah, that into this could be backbreaking.
Oh yeah.
Very true. So, we'll see. I don't know. Like, that'd be real cool. Maybe like Chewie with some ECL this guy in.
Yeah, we're keeping this very we're not being like 6 out of 10. This is a 7 out of 10. But it's kind of just ending up, well, we'll see where it goes, but
right.
We will just see where it goes.
Yep. And then next we got Moisture Farmer. So this is an 0/4 for 1 with Restore 2. So maybe being able to put some early upgrades on this, making it a little bit bigger, actually able to kind of get something off with those attacks could be good. But One drop.
All right.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know if this is a
Oh,
hot take. It could be a really hot take. Like, I'm also willing to be so wrong about this. I think this card is very good. I like this card.
Okay. Okay.
It's only blue, so it's mono aspect. The Restore 2 is so good on something that costs 1. Can get upgrades. I don't know. I could see this. I
It
could see
needs
this
upgrades
definitely
for
having a
sure,
home.
Yeah.
At least in a sideboard.
Hmm.
I'm high on this card. That's my take.
Okay. And then next we have the Mandalorian. So for 6 hero, it's a ground unit, 5/6 with Sentinel. You may heal all damage from this unit that costs. Wait, sorry. You may heal all damage from a unit that costs 2 or less and give it 2 shield tokens. Yeah, playing more to that Mandalorian shield token theme. I kind of like it. A unit that costs 2 or less, though, seems kind of specific.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
and usually those are trading early, and they can't have
Right.
much damage on them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know about that, but cool card, cool art for sure.
Oh yeah.
Really like the art on this one. So
If you were able to get, 2 shield tokens on like a probe droid, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot they have to get through. 2 shields. I don't think we've seen anything. Correct me if I'm wrong. That gives 2 shield tokens.
No, this
So
is
that's
the
good.
first thing for sure.
Still though, pretty shaky on that when played ability. But at the very least, the 6 cost 5/6 with Sentinel. That's fine. I'm just fine with that.
I was gonna say the stat line is really good.
Yeah.
2 or less. I mean, like you just said, Viper Probe. That's a grade 2 drop.
Mhm.
I mean, 2 shields on that thing. That's
well, that is villainy. So that'd be a cool deck.
oh, that's true.
Or your
I mean, just any good 2 drop. Yeah.
yeah.
Alrighty.
All right, who's up? Am I up?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we got some mono blue aspect cards here. So we have a 2 cost Follower of the Way. It's just a straight up 1/3. While this unit is upgraded, it gets +1/+1. Thoughts?
I like it.
You
I
like it?
think I'm a little bit higher on this card than I am on the tier restore guy, but that's because I like to make my stuff big and swing in. So that's just probably where my heart is. Where I'm like, oh, I'd rather be doing this on turn.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Noah on this one. But yeah, I like this card. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I could definitely see slapping some upgrades on it, getting it pretty big. Put a devotion on it or something. I know it's mono.
Mm-hmm.
Easy to slap into stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then next up we have a 3 cost mono blue Hawk 290 Freighter. This is just a vanilla 2/5. This is just asking for you to put upgrades on it.
100%.
Yep.
That's what this is doing.
It says build your own toy.
Build your own
Sure.
toy in space. In space.
Yeah, notably, and it's a vehicle. Dodges
yeah.
some removal.
Yep.
It's not nothing.
I like this card. I mean, 5 HP.
Mhm.
Me
I
like.
mean, it doesn't dodge takedown, so that does kind of suck. Power of the dark side, but you're just gonna eat that on any 3 drop. So
Right.
But then again, does anything dodge Power of the Dark Side?
true.
Then we got the Rickety Quad Jumper. You okay?
Yeah,
I know the
yeah.
Rickety Quad Jumper can really get you going.
Yeah.
It's caught me. It's
Yeah, you know that
captivated.
2 cost 1/3 fringe vehicle transport that on attack reveals the top card of your deck. If it's not a unit, give an experience token to another unit and leave it revealed. Interesting. Leave it revealed. I'm gonna make you write it down.
Making the game easier. I like it.
Well, it doesn't say leave it revealed. It says leave the revealed card.
Revealed card on
top
top of your deck. Yeah.
It's weird why they say
I
that.
feel like you would do that anyway.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Oddly specific, but okay.
Eh.
Yeah.
Mid.
I'm not high on this.
I mean,
No, you want to have a hot take and come in here and tell us how good this card is?
No, I don't think it's like. I mean, requires you to have other units, and if you're having a unit on 1 and 2, how many non-units are you running? So that's
Right.
kind of what I'm thinking.
it's a big upgrade deck card.
True.
Alrighty, got some more vehicles.
One of which we just saw.
Space vehicles. So we got the HWK 290 Freighter.
We just talked about this card.
Oh, I duplicated it. My fault. All right. Vigilant Pursuit Craft 5 for a 3/5. It's got Sentinel and smuggle cost for 7 and a blue. So this is one of the examples with that smuggle cost being like 2 extra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3/5 for 5 in the air. Not bad.
Mid.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's kind of where I am. Well, I don't think it'll see much play.
Yeah, nothing too crazy with this one.
It doesn't do anything specific enough to want to be in the deck. Like no leader's like, I want this card.
Right. And I think there's plenty of other 5 drops I'd rather get out on the board than this.
Yeah.
And if I need Sentinel in the air, I'll just play as Patrol Craft for 4.
Yep.
And it's that's a 4/3, isn't it? So.
Mm-hmm.
The Patrol Craft?
Yeah.
I think it's a
That's
3/4.
3/4. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, not much big of a difference. I'm not really understanding the smuggle stuff. I mean, like, haha, got you. I paid 7. Now I have a, Sentinel in the air. I mean,
It's
I don't know.
definitely for like those niche times where you need something specific, or like you're just in a war of attrition where, okay, cool, now I can get this out, so.
Yeah, I think that's where I also see the smuggle cards being good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of them, but it seems like they're less, from what I've seen so far, they're less trying to be gotcha and more trying to be, wow, my board got wiped, or like you're saying, in that attrition level where you just have more threats,
It's kind of like a second hand, I guess. Like
Mhm.
your resources.
Yep.
Third card here, Survivor's Gauntlet. It's a 5 drop for 4/6. When played and on attack, you may attach an upgrade on a unit to another eligible unit controlled by the same player. This card's pretty cool.
And on attack, you may attach an upgrade on a unit to another eligible unit controlled by the same player.
So you can do this to your opponent's stuff. So, I mean, I attack and do something that's got a shield on it. Remove the shield, put it on something else.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot. I think this is good.
Yeah, you can moving stuff around is always good, kind of controlling the board state a little bit.
Yep. You can even move +1/+1 counters.
Oh yeah, because they are
They're upgrades.
technically upgrades, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Noah? What do you think?
I think it could be kind of cool to move the like the boba armor and stuff like that before they can get like attacks in with it.
So it does
Or,
say
like, even-
eligible unit.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Controlled by the same player. So does
So
it have to attach to another boba then, I guess?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Well,
Um,
not necessarily. I think eligible means like some upgrades you can't put onto space units, maybe like the space and ground is what the difference is. I mean, you can put the Boba Fett armor on anything, can't you?
Yeah, that one, because it says if it's Boba, whatever.
Yeah, it's got an if cause, but other than
But
that,
still, I wonder about like Traitorous, right? Let's just use that one because it has the clause that says if it's 3 or less.
Mhm.
So I would imagine you wouldn't be able to move it to something that costs more than 3.
Correct.
Could be wrong, but it can move entrenched around, which is big.
Ooh, true.
And devotion.
Yep.
Cool.
So
Yeah, I like it.
Yep.
Moving entrenched, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so for 0, okay, we got Public Enemy. This is an upgrade. So attached unit gains bounty. Give a shield token to a unit. +0/+0. Okay.
Kind of cool.
Give a
I
shield
like that it's free.
to a unit. So it doesn't have to be the unit that you're giving bounty.
No, so you would want to probably put this on your opponent's stuff.
And then give something of yours a shield.
Yep.
Correct.
Correct.
Because that's the bounty collect, or like that's what you get for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Its opponent collects its bounty, you being the opponent.
Right. Yeah, I can see it.
It's neat.
Yeah.
It's free, like I said, so I like that. Next we got Top Target for 1 blue. This is another upgrade. Okay. Attached unit gains bounty, heal 4 damage to a unit or base. If this unit is unique, deals 6 instead. Okay. I mean, once again, +0/+0. So kind of the same thing, just feeling like, oh, do I want to heal versus kind of gain the shield token? So that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, this guy's cool. I mean, costs 1. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
I guess if you need like late game stuff, it's pretty good. Or dealing with like a leader, throw it on a leader.
Yeah, I'm not sure how good this is in my book, but it's definitely neat.
Maybe like sideboard, for some aggro tech. Feel like you're getting real beat up.
Yeah, it feels like I have to use 2 cards. Like, if I'm playing in this deck that wants to gain life, then I can't just kill the thing and gain life, or just gain the life. I have to use this card to put it on something, and then I have to have something else to remove it to gain the life. So you have to kind of use 2 cards for it, but maybe it'll find home.
Next we got 1-drop upgrade for Foundling. Attached unit gains the Mandalorian trait, and it gets +1/+1. This one I think is cool because this is how you turn like stuff that is not Mandalorian into a Mandalorian.
Yeah, I like this one.
So that's cool. And sick art again.
Yeah, definitely really cool. This one is really tough for me to evaluate. I don't know how good this is going to be or not. I guess we don't know how good something being a Mandalorian is going to end up being.
Right.
Worth a card.
Right.
The +1/+1 is not nothing. But is the fact that it's a Mandalorian good enough to play this card?
Right.
Yeah.
Unclear.
It feels like this card would be in a deck specifically for something. You're running a Mando deck, but you're maybe sprinkling in some big beater. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some big bomb that you want.
Yeah, I think it definitely goes on a bomb, it feels like.
Yeah.
Alright, we got some more blue cards here, also all mono aspect. And some more upgrades here. We have Mandalorian armor. It's a 2-cost upgrade that attaches to a non-vehicle unit. And when played, if the attached unit is a Mandalorian, give a shield token to it. So you can make something a Mandalorian with that other card we just talked about, and then give it a shield and give it +1/+3.
+1/+3 is really good.
Yep, and with the shield, yeah, upgrades are being pushed so much in the set. It makes me feel. I wonder how good something like Waylay is going to become.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, through the roof.
I mean, that card's already great. Like,
and we know how much I love Cantina Bouncer. Let's be honest.
Yes.
So I see those cards getting a little bit better. And then we have Vambrace Scrapple Shot, if I said that right. 2-cost upgrade, attached to a non-vehicle unit once again. And then when the attached unit's going to gain on attack, exhaust the defender. +2/+2. Seems pretty good. This one I like.
The on attack is just real good.
Yeah, just getting to. I mean, this helps you race really well if that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And it beefs up your guy. see this being good.
Only thing I don't really like about this card is the non-vehicle portion. So I mean, if your opponent's taking space, you're screwed. Like,
yeah, it seems like they
doing nothing
definitely
for you.
they want to keep this out of space for sure. And then for 1, we have Unexpected Escape. It's a trick event, and when played, you can exhaust a unit. You may rescue a captured card guarded by that unit. Thoughts?
I like Waylay better still, even though it costs 2 more. Just for the fact of like you're having to make them replay the entire card. Maybe in a pinch, like exhausting and then rescuing. But I also don't know how the bounce mechanic works with captured cards. So,
yeah, I would imagine they come back to you, unless it specifically says when defeated, give it back. Yeah. Not sure.
Yeah, if it's defeated or rescued, it returns to your side of the board.
So if you bounce it, that's not technically defeated or rescued. So would you not get it back? Just go away forever?
I guess.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know if you know. But yeah, I don't really like this card that much.
Down in the comments.
No.
I feel like if I want to get my stuff back, I want to be killing your things and killing you in the process. I don't want to use cards to get my stuff back and you get to keep yours. I'd rather just trade.
Yeah.
But I'm okay being wrong about that. Unless if it's really good, that'd be cool. I like exhausting and bouncing things. So
it is only 1, which is notable. So it is cheaper. You can maybe double spell this a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
So I don't see it being awful, but I just find it hard. You would cut something to put this in.
Yeah.
If you're, blocking something.
Once we learn more about the rescue, I think this could be better than what we think. Like, if you're getting it back readied, and then now your opponent's thing is tapped down, it's pretty good.
Yeah. I feel like some of these, like the upgrades especially, you have to really have a want to put these upgrades in your deck. Because if you have a 50 card deck, it feels to me like 47 of your cards are really streamlined. They're really what you want. And then the last 3 are things like you put in there because they're good, because you can slot them in. But like if you could play 47, you would. You're just finding room even for the last 3. Like it's like putting Probe Droid in your villain deck. Probe Droid itself is not an amazing card, but you need it. You got to hit 50 cards. So some of these upgrades, although they're cool and do some nifty things, it feels like you really have to have a big reason to put them in your deck. And that could just be a duh for any deck, but still. Last card on the list, though, we have Fell the Dragon, 4-cost event. Defeat a non-leader unit with 5 or more power. Am I crazy, or is this just the opposite of Takedown?
Yep.
Well, no. Takedown can hit leaders, so...
Can hit, that's true.
Yes.
And that is probably why it's 2 aspects, and this is only 1.
Yep. And 5 or more. It's like a good vanquish, in the late game.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see on that one. It's a removal spell, so it'll probably slot in well.
Yeah, maybe if we're late enough in the game, though. Sorry to cut you off. If we're late enough in the game, I feel like the 1 extra cost for Vanquish is not that steep of a price to pay. But we're also getting a bunch of upgrades and everything that are going to make cheap units get big fast. So maybe it will see play. I don't know. Thoughts?
Yeah, actually, that's true, because if they start slapping a bunch of experience counters on it, you're like, okay, make it big. I have this very nice Fell the Dragon for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, okay. I like that.
Gives the hero decks some toys, too. They don't have to go out of aspect. So
I like the neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll make sure to go over the other aspects in the next video. We'll probably do one for each. So, yeah. You guys good? Anything else?
I think I'm good. We'll do the other ones, and yeah, stay tuned for the other colors.
Cool. All right. Thanks, guys.